Hi everyone, I'm Wahab. I'm currently working as a software developer, and today we are going to discuss how to be a good software engineer. The objective of this channel is to discuss the day-to-day activities of a software engineer that can help him improve over his lifetime. So let's directly jump into it. Why I chose this topic? Because I personally felt at times like I'm not a good software engineer and I need to improve much more to become a good one. So it's somewhat you can say a journey from a software engineer having zero skills or somewhat mediocre skills to becoming a good software engineer. I'm currently in the journey, so ride along with me and hopefully we will be becoming good engineers together. I'll be discussing a few points that could be helpful for you to grasp what makes us a software developer, a good software developer. One thing that we all need to know is that we need to practice. At times, we keep on watching tutorials, videos, and this and that. But unless and until we practice the coding skills, we are not going to get become a good software developer. So it means we should start doing some development. And at times, people are stuck with this, how should we start? So whatever is small you sort of thing you have, a small skill you have, just try to do it and start working on it. Like you can think of like studying in a college and you have been given a lecture on a new subject. Let's say it's programming. So you start very small, like creating an array. So at least and loops and such type of things. So starting low within the language of your choice where you want to become uh, good at, you should always start. So that's one thing, point one. The second thing, what we usually ignore is like we do not keep ourselves updated or you can say well acquainted with the language syntax and the new features that are coming in the language. It is like an alphabet of the language. If you are not aware of the alphabets, not aware of that your toolkit, so without this you can't achieve anything greater. Like if you need to achieve something and you are not at all aware of what could be the possible ways of achieving it, you won't be able to achieve anything. So try to make sure whatever language you are using, C Sharp, PHP, Objective C, Kotlin, whatsoever, be good at it. Try keeping track of new features that have been created and added to the language. So keep track of that. And it's not a like you can't achieve it in a single day. It's not an easy ask because at any point of time when you are working, so you might be facing some other challenges. You might be busy in something else. So keep on improving. Don't stress, but just keep this second point uh, in your mind that you have to do this. One thing which I've missed, and I should have said it in the earlier stage of this video, like whoever is viewing or watching this video, they might be at any stage of their career. Either you could be a noise developer, or either you could be a somewhat mediocre developer in the middle of his career, and you might be a skilled developer. So you can be on any stage, and you have to assess yourself. At times, what happens when we try to assess ourselves, we actually used to do, we try to compare ourselves with some good developers, those who have spent decades polishing their skills. Right away started comparing ourselves with them, and this is a really grave mistake you can do, because only this will make you demotivated. You won't be able to cope up with the skills and the you can say skill set and the efficiency and the pace they have, and you keep on comparing yourself with them, and at the end of the day you will be much more demotivated rather than getting motivated. So always try to assess where you stand right now and try to improve yourself. based on what you were yesterday and what you are today. Just focus on this. Do not compare uh, yourself with any other. I'm not saying that do not get motivated or inspired by someone. You need to follow different people. You need to learn how they are doing things, but never compare yourself with any others, because you never know how they have achieved this level of mastery, uh, since how long they are working on it, and and what sort of problems they might have faced while you are somewhat new. So keep this point in, in your head always. Do not compare yourself with anyone. Okay. Learn the do's and don'ts, or I would rephrase the boundaries of the language. Uh, if you need to achieve something in a, you can say you are going to build a native Android application or native iOS application. So you would be pretty much aware, like either you are going with Kotlin or Swift. So if you try doing it something such thing in any other hybrid sort of language, so there might be a possibility you might not be able to achieve that performance or other things. So you need to do one thing. You need to be well aware uh, the do's and don'ts of the language, and how what are the horizons it is providing and what are the boundaries. Do not wait to start. Like, people keep on thinking that once they will become perfect, then they are going to start something, then they are going to initiate a project, then they are going to create a GitHub repository, and then they are going to do something. No, this time never comes. Start small and grow big. You can do single steps a day, and after a year, 365 days, after passing 365 days, you will be like having a sort of 365 steps in your arsenal, and like you will be you have grown from a 0 step to 365. So never think something is small. Keep doing and do not wait. Trying to be perfectionist in the start will only demotivate you. Do not try to become a perfectionist unless and until you master that skill. So you are a noise person. How could you have achieved that mastery which others have achieved within after decades? And how could you achieve that in within no time? So always think that way. Keep practicing and keep improving. This is the main thing. One thing which I've already discussed, like do not compare yourself with others. So keep that always in your mind. Apart from that, always try to build small projects from scratch. Why I'm saying so? When you like somehow get qualified for an interview, and then you pass the interview, there are more chances that you'll be inducted in a project that is somewhat a big, you can say more than 10, 20 people might be working on that, and you might be able to get acquainted with a specific area, chunk of that specific software. So you might not be able to do end to end each and everything on that specific project. So always try to build some small projects that you can start from scratch and go till the end. You can even opt for any sort of video tutorials that can help you create those projects. It is always beneficial to go with such type of projects. So think is like a class assignment when you are in college or university. So you are just completing those assignments, you're submitting, and based on that, you are getting good marks. So it really pays off to build small projects. Moving to the next point, always make sure to push your projects on GitHub. Why I'm saying it's not just GitHub, because this way somehow you are at least doing something and you are pushing it on the GitHub. And even if you like change your device, so it will be residing there, and you can keep continue from there as well. And with the passage of time, try to improve those things within the GitHub repository. So this is one way of effectively not just showcasing your skill on the GitHub, but effectively accumulating whatever you are achieving gradually on a public platform. So this is one of the best thing you can do. So if you want to be an effective software engineer, and this is the one of the major thing that I'm going to tell you, that this is keep be aware of that, that this is one of the best thing that you can do to yourself. If you want to be an effective software engineer, try narrowing your focus first. Like if you want to be a .NET developer, try to focus on C sharp only first. Don't go for that. I will be learning C sharp, C++, F sharp, whatsoever the language. So unless and until you master C sharp, do not go and switch to any other language. If you keep on juggling the languages, you will never become a master of any language. That jack of all and master of none is not a good trait to have. At times people say you should be aware of this, that, but no, you should have one strong area. If you don't do this way and you keep on like working something, so people will think of you as a mediocre and they will forward any sort of a stupid work to you that you can do even Excel work and this and that. Don't go with that approach. Try to strengthen one of your core skill that you want to improve upon. This doesn't mean that you do not like experience the flavor of different thing and do not get an insight of other things. I'm not suggesting that. Stay aware, but just focus on strengthening your core area, the area using which you will be hired somewhere. Like if you are working on a small stuff, so learn how to use first. You let's say if we talk about delegates in C sharp, so or events, so at least learning the delegates and the events will give you that much confidence that you can use same features within any other project. Or you can say like generics, you are well aware of generics and then you can improvise on that. You can include that stuff on somewhere else as well. So keep on improving that way. So hopefully these are the points that will be helpful for you guys. And if you will still feel there are other points that needs to be discussed and that needs to be added over here, please feel free to comment out. I'll keep posting on different skills and how I'm going to improve myself. I'll keep posting those in a professional capacity, and not just professional capacity, but on a day-to-day journey. So it will surely help you uh, improvise yourself. And if you are still looking for any job, that will surely help you to get hired and become good at working over there. Thank you all. Thanks for viewing till here. So bye.